what's up? This is Nomad from ComicsOnline.com, and we're here with superstar game creator. Tell them what your name is and what you do.
I'm Bryan Allgeier, the creative director on the Ratchet games at Insomniac Games.
What's your hood name?
I don't know if I have a...
B-Dog.
B-Dog.
B-Dog, the game designer.
Right.
Now, why is Ratchet and Clank such a dope game system? Like, why is such a dope game series?
Well, you know, a lot of people love the game for the Ratchet weaponry and for the Clank gameplay. So Ratchet and Clank work together. Ratchet's got all the big crazy guns, and Clank tends to use his brains.
I love your game, Joe. I've been playing those games for like a minute. And a minute, I mean a long time. That's like a long time. So what system is this out for?
This is for the PlayStation 3. It's coming out this fall, 2009.
Because PlayStation 3 is way better than Xbox. Shh, don't tell anybody. We're from the future, we know. So what's the name of the game again?
It's called Ratchet and Future: A Crack in Time.
Hell yeah. It is going to be fantastic.
What's the release date?
It's fall 2009.
All right.
Yo, fall 2009. Save all your money. Go buy the game because it's real business. There's a shotgun right there. This game is real business. You dig what I'm saying? Save all your loot. Go buy the game. Don't be boosting it, yo. The man needs to make money. Yo, any last things you want to say to the fans out there?
We just, you know, we love making these games, and we're really happy that you enjoy them. And so we're looking forward to hearing your thoughts on Ratchet and Future: A Crack in Time.
Thanks, Bob. Thanks. We're here today, actually, for Ratchet and Clank, and primarily for the Captain Corpse, my Blaster Runs pot contest, which I personally think is actually really, really awesome, and that's why I'm here. I've been a long-time fan of the series. I think one of the best things about Ratchet and Clank is that, obviously, with so many games, and this is not the fault of those games, because one of them actually may even come from Insomniac, but there is a lot of dark that we're seeing in a lot of games. There's something very refreshing for just kind of the animated spirit that you see in a Ratchet and Clank game. It definitely captures what I love the most about all the Warner Brothers cartoons that I watched when I was a kid, and it just has that sense of creative anarchy. And I think what's so neat about the contest is that it fits perfectly with that spirit of the game by focusing on the weapons, which really are almost characters in and of themselves in a Ratchet and Clank game, and sort of offering people who are passionate about the series the opportunity to really engage with one of the most central and most celebrated aspects of the Ratchet and Clank series. Is, I think, very generous on the part of Insomniac, and I think very awesome for all people involved. And so here to go through some of the aspects of the My Blaster Runs Hot contest, this is going to be fun tonight, is creative director of the Ratchet and Clank series, Bryan Allgeier. Thank you. Yes, and I promised I was going to screw up his last name, so, and the other Bryan. Bernal. But before we look at a couple of things, obviously you guys received a lot of submissions. How many were there?
We received over 1,000 submissions, and we went through all of them, me, Bryan, and a couple of designers. Looked at each submission, and we tried to find out if it met the Ratchet and Clank criteria. And that criteria is humor, strategy, and visual spectacle. And so we kind of narrowed down all of those submissions to the top 5, and then we wanted to have the fans actually vote on the one that they like.
Now, in terms of the, obviously, there probably were some that were submitted, you had even told me, that really didn't hit all the necessary criteria. I believe that there were more cat flingers than you had expected.
Yes.
Incredible amount of cat flingers.
Yeah,
Which
people
is,
don't like cats for some reason.
Apparently, and they make great weapons as well, I guess we've all learned.
Yeah.
But how many really did fit the criteria, and was that number actually surprising to you guys, that so many people, you know, understand what you would be looking for?
Yeah, there's a fairly large number. I think a lot of people really kind of get the Ratchet and Clank universe. I mean, this is our 7th Ratchet and Clank game, so a lot of the descriptions, a lot of the funny, crazy, over-the-top ideas came through in all of those concepts. It's got a lot of great crayon drawings and a lot of fun.
That was mine, actually. That was me. So I think what we should do is we'll look at the 5 finalists up here on the screen, if you can help walk us through. So the first one here is the plasma sprinkler glove.
That's right. You know, it's pretty much like, you know, one of those lawn sprinklers, but instead of water, it's lava, fire, and plasma, of course.
Basically, you spews flaming death.
Yes.
Which is good and important and very effective. Let's move on to the next. This is the spiral of death.
Yeah, the cool thing about this is it's a giant buzzsaw at the very front of the weapon, so it's like one big yo-yo, and it kind of flies out and buzzes through enemies and then zips back into the gun.
All right, so spiral of death. Moving on to the bubble shot.
Yeah, the bubble shots.
This guy creates giant bubbles, lays them out like a minefield all over the place. You can capture enemies in it. All kinds of different stuff. Fun with bubbles.
That's right.
Whimsical but deadly.
Whimsical.
That's right.
Like Rip Taylor with a gun. So, okay, this one I really like. And if you guys could read the four elements of this weapon. This is the Quark machine, and it's a glove that shoots out balls with little Captain Quarks in them.
That's right. And it's got 4 upgrade levels. The first one is that Quark jumps out with a blaster, and here he is pictured shooting it. Second level, a Quark burps gas balls at the enemy. The third one, he fights using his bare hands, jumps on them, and then chokes them out, etc. And then for the final one, Quark actually eats the enemy.
Captain Quark eats the enemy.
Yes.
That is the darkest interpretation of Captain Quark I've ever seen. I think we have one more left.
Yeah, so this is, you know, there's in the cereal boxes, you have those little sticky hand toys that you can fling. Well, this is one giant one that will just latch on to enemies and fling them around.
That's a good one. All right, so these are the 5 finalists.
That's correct.
You guys know who the winner is.
We do.
To the extent that you were able to edit a small video to help announce who the winner is. So I think we have it right here. We'll step back and we're going to find out which of those 5 weapons is the winner of the My Blaster Runs Hot contest. So here we go.
Good try. In Ratchet&Clank Future Tools of Destruction, we tried a little experiment where we asked the fans what type of animal they wanted for a morph weapon. For a crack in time, we created another contest called My Blaster Runs Hot, where we asked fans to come up with any crazy idea they could think of, and we would try to get the best one in the game. We had tons of fantastic submissions. We had one where it would turn enemies into small quarks. We had another that would fling cats at enemies, and we even had one that would turn enemies into grilled cheese sandwiches. But the best one out of all of them was the Spiral of Death. The great thing about this weapon is that there's a lot of strategy and skill in using it. You can fire this spinning buzzsaw and then still move Ratchet around and control the blade as it cuts through enemies and then have it return back to the gun. It's pretty much a deadly yo-yo. We're very excited about this weapon and the fact that we're revealing it at Comic-Con, and that it will be available in the final game coming this fall on the PlayStation 3.
Spiral of Death wins, and of course, we know what the weapon is, but there had to be a person that actually designed this weapon, and he's here with us tonight. Jackson Finley, you wouldn't mind coming up and a round of applause.
Congratulations.
All right, Jackson, there you go. And also, as you guys can see over here, a man dressed as Ratchet has just unveiled a life-size replica that you're going to get to take home of the Spiral of Death. I know they're going to bring it up here now, but I was curious, was this the first idea that you had, or did you have to go through a few before you found the one you wanted to submit to the contest?
The first idea I had was kind of like a gun that shoots. In Resistance, there's this gun that shoots shields, you can shoot through, and they can't shoot back. It was kind of like a rectangle like that, so it went out and flattened people, and then over time, it just evolved into a wheel that rolled around and rolled over people.
And killed them.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, look good, look good. Looks good, Jackson. Well, here you go. Take it. There you are. There's Jackson holding. All right, so from when I just talked to you to now, do you feel more powerful?
I feel like I have unlimited power!
Alright, there you go. Alright, Jackson. Another round of applause for Jackson Finley. Oh, hold on. Ratchet's coming up too.
Hey. All right. Ratchet.
Man, those are the wrong moves with those stairs. Wow.
It's not quite as acrobatic as the
Yeah, he's perpetually smiling. It's so good. Here, okay. Jackson, you join up there.